Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40, Mike 40.
Hey, Ken!
Come on. Hey,
61, matchbox lights. Jahan!
On second down, it's Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Listen to me.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Let's go.
Hey, orbit.
51 to Mike, boy. 51.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let him know.
Hey, Ken.
Switch it, come here, switch it.
Hey, yo.
Right here.
From the gun, here's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Quandre Diggs there defensively. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 24.
What's that?
Check 40.
Land 50.
Play action now. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Zebra.
Mike 51. Hey, it's coming out.
Bingo.
Come crash. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none.
They'll throw again. Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
I can't believe they even let you play.
2.
26, check 26.
Good route here.
Cousins again. And he slings one that's incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. But it's going to be second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Hey, high 7. 51 for Mike, boy, 51. You must be dreaming. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Gun.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Right here, guys. Fight.
First.
I got you. Hey, Mike 51. Hey, watch the slant.
Wait, that.
51 to Mike.
Wait, the hot.
Again, it's Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Hey, Ringo, 48.
You draw corkers.
Hey, let's go. It's time to call the crouch.
Wait, that.
They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Lucky 50.
Here we go. Watch twins.
Hey, Clipper.
Twins. 25. Check.
Leave it. Ringo, 48.
Hey, seam 6. Switch. Check.
Wait, the hot.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Pilot, 64, weak. 51. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go.
Wait, the hot.
Here is Cook on third and goal. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it first and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And it's third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Hey, Charlie.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Throwing is Stafford. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Play fake. Cousins. And this is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hot, hot.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
To throw is Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
32.
Out of the gun, Stafford. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A very solid gain of 27.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking.
So they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Hey, echo. Wide.
A first down throw for Cousins. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Hey, exit. 51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Cousins on first down. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And they will set up sharp at their own 41-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, wherever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And an out. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Push him back. Hey, 22. Mike 5-4.
Stafford on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Forced out to us, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emerson Griffin with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Hey, Delta.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Diggs has it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, check. 3
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Oh. Hey, Steamer.
Throwing is Cousins. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. Cousins now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10.
Hey, no, easy. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Equinemius St. Brown. It's now 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Nice, sweetheart. Where's your hot? Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Pick it up, guys, pick it up. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. I got him.
To the air again, it's Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21. Hey, Haywood. Who that? Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Let's go, D, tighten up. What's that? D, tighten up. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about.
And something really to take into the lockers here.
John Brown set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, baby.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Bravo!
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Stafford. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Following the interception, Cousins. And now look at him go. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. And that one puts them on top here in the third. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They bring Rashawn Melvin on the corner blitz, and he gets there. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Brings up third down.
All day, every day, any day. No, Mike. Yo. 51. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike, 51. Stop your whining. Watch safety. Flag. First. Kill.
Third and long for Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Devon Kennard. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And some room to roam now. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Johnson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, punt. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Christian Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Cook. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And take it right on the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Lions will take over. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Hey, go here!
54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
I'll check 7.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set. Go 20.
Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
A gain of 15. And the Lions 1st down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Watch your slap.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run right side with Hunt. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Detroit. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Jim, wide. Kill. Zebra. Mike 51, Mike. Hey, box drop. Switch. Wait on.
Cousins from the gun on third. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the run, this is Hunt. And an alley to run. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Stafford toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave him out there so he can work through some of the rough stuff.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And now here is another interception. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 2nd and goal from the 1. And Stafford's going to take it himself. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
Rabbit. Check. Monday.
Hey, 5-0.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Logan Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Prater. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they draw. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, check. 280. 54. Mike, 54. Mike, 70.
C.J. Anderson in the game. He gets it here. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. The Vikings going to... Signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set. 20.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Again, Anderson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
At their own 11-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep.
The Lions take over. Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Joseph on the tackle. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Detroit.
Set, lady.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.